Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Adjusting Success. This week we're going through rankability and search, but really any questions you have about marketing, we can digress and answer anything you have. So we'll wait a couple seconds for everyone to get on here and we'll share this in the Marketing 101 group and we'll go from there. Got to find this on my profile and go to share to a group. There we go. Marketing 101. Great. If you're not part of that group, make sure you subscribe to it. Lots of free stuff in there, and we answer marketing questions all the time. Over 1,000 members in there too, so that's great. And it's a closed group for a reason. One, to keep doctors just in a chiropractors specifically in a specific group, so that they can ask any questions about anything and not worry about any ridicule or anything like that. We're all here to support each other. But on Mondays, we do the Adjusting Success to answer any questions you have. I'm going to go through Google a little bit. I mean, Google's been something that has been a tool for 25 years almost now. And the cost to play the game with Google keeps going up. And that's just because more and more people flood the market and more businesses are flooding the market each and every month. So that's just the way it goes. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. But should you play or should you not play, all depends on what your needs are. Google, for most chiropractors across the United States and even Canada, the budget for a monthly, this is the number one question I get asked all the time. How much do you spend? $1,500 to $3,000 a month on Google Ads in order to play the game. So you got two options when it comes to Google Ads. You play the game or you don't play the game. One or the other. It depends where you're at. And this isn't a constant flood of leads or new patients. There's different metrics you can use to help uh, target people. There are different ways to keep track of how it goes, but that's the ad game that you have to play. The ad spend you have to play to play. So in a market that's less competitive, $1,500 is plenty to stay atop of your search, and everything is based off trying to get 20 new phone calls a month. That's an average of that ad spend. If you're in a competitive market, you may need to spend 2,500 or 3,000 a month to just stay on top of all the competition and just stay on top of the clicks for all the ranking keywords that you do. But to understand how Google works, it's all about searchability and telling Google, hey, these are the things that we should be most searched for. And in healthcare, it's a little tricky. You have to make sure you abide by the policies and play by the rules. But typically, it's about building your keyword search. And this is by building your organic reach. We talk about this through a lot of these Adjusting Successes, the Marketing 101 for Chiropractors podcast. In the group, it comes up over and over because it's so important. Your keyword searchability all happens with your content that you put out. So blogs, your website, your home pages, your YouTube channel, anything that you put out there is what is getting scrubbed by the internet to see what is linked to you and your business. So really important to get ranked first before you start doing a lot of other stuff. If you're new in business and you have a newer business, let's say it's less than 2 years old, you have to be doing Google Ads, because in order to build your keywords in the background, it's going to take time. Or maybe you do like a brand refresh, or maybe you're doing like a new startup, or you move locations. These are all unfortunate triggers that end up putting you down the list. And then you have to rebuild. And that's a great way in the meantime, as you're rebuilding content and flooding more blogs and more vlogs, that you pay for keywords in the meantime to keep yourself competitive and getting a constant flow. You want to be in front of your search demographic. So people are searching for solutions to problems all the time. That's what Google's all about. So by having a clean and competitive edge in there, it really does play a role. I think the frustration comes with the inconsistency in Google. Some weeks you'll get a bunch of calls, some weeks you don't get that many calls. Some months you have great months, some other months you don't have some great months. But it's really about staying consistent in this and knowing the ebbs and flows of your business, and when you need to put in and take out plays a huge role as well. So we usually panic. We usually respond to when things are in a lull, and that's where we end up squandering and trying to find answers to marketing. And unfortunately, that's not the best way. It's reactionary and usually too late once you're in the lull. In order to avoid valleys, we need to prepare for them when we're on the peaks in our business. So once you go to a peak, you got to be ready and realize, hey, we're doing really good. We're going to get into a lull. What can we do now to help prevent that? and just know them cyclically in your calendar as well. So those are my best tips there. But if you have any questions about marketing whatsoever, we can dive deeper into Google if you like. We can answer any questions about some of the stuff I just said if you like. Whatever you guys want, I'm here for you. This is live chat, live questions. Just put it in the comments. I'll keep an eye on YouTube, and I'll keep an eye on the Marketing 101 group. Everything should pop up in the comment section here. Yeah, perfect. Let's see how that goes. If you guys have questions, we can go through it. Otherwise, I'll keep going in Google. I think it's really important to stay competitive when it comes to Google, because all your competition's on there. Remember, competition's not just our industry. It's not just other chiropractors. It's anyone that solves the problems that you solve as well. It's the physical therapist. It's the massage therapist. It's the acupuncturist. It's everyone else that is trying to solve the same problems you do is your competition. So making sure you rank for those keywords, making sure you're competing for those keywords, and finding out which ones are the most searchable for you. And you're always adding keywords. The longer you run Google ads, the broader your keyword search should get. I guess I could show you. I use SEMrush a lot. It's just a quick snapshot. Whenever somebody has questions for me, I'll pull this up for their website really quick, and I'll share the screen here in a second. Let me just find our website. There we go. I got that. So we're going to share. Let's present the screen. Let's go here. Perfect. There you go. So I like SEMrush. It's just a quick snapshot. Don't get too crazy in this, but what it tells you is, where you rank. An authority score of 10 is good in our industry. This goes up to 100. And then it tells you how many backlinks you are. You want this to be as high as possible. You want to have as many backlinks as possible. These are all the other directories that have your website listed. This is really important. And it shows you, your utilization and where in the world people are actually clicking on you. So, almost 100% are in the United States. That makes sense. We want local people utilizing our website. And then you can just keep track of your traffic. So these are the highs and lows we're talking about. We can go from December 1st to September. Here we go. These are the last 2 years, I guess. 2 years. Perfect. So something's happening right here. Look at this. March 6th, March 19th. For me, these are things. This is where my eye goes. Is what's happening with organic traffic? Why do we drop there? What do we need to do during these lows here of February, beginning of February through June? Why? And I can tell you right now, what ends up happening is we peel back on Google at this time, and then we end up starting to feel it around September. So these are the peaks and valleys. But this is the trend you should see over time. The longer you have, there we go. Sorry, I got distracted there. The longer you have your website running, you can see here your overall, what are we looking at here? There we go. You should see an upward trend in your keywords over time, because you just keep adding. As you create more content, your keywords should just keep going up. So back here, we were at 100 keywords. What's it showing? 83. And then as we go on, you can see we're working our way up to north of 300. And that's because we had a new website developed around this time. See what happens? So we had a website. We built a new one here because this one wasn't performing. And we had to rebuild everything. And then there's more tips here too. Another competitive edge is you can look at this and other people or other chiropractors in your area and the keywords that they're doing. So the organic keywords and your organic search traffic shows you here. The higher organic search traffic you have here, like these guys, the better. So we got, a lot of traffic there. And then these guys have a lot of organic search traffic, but they're not ranking for a lot of organic keywords. Then there's these guys, these other Optimum, and then some other guys here, some Alleviate Health. So they just show you some of your competitors, but look who's over here with not only a lot of organic search traffic, but a lot of organic keywords as well, us. So you want to be the outlier. That's when marketing works its best. Does that make sense? You guys understand that concept? That's when things start to work better, is when you play as the outlier in the right direction. So SEMrush is great. Do you have to be a pro on this stuff? No, but you want to be building keywords, and the keywords in the back is the amount of content linked to your website. So you have a home page, and then all those other pages that are built on your website are useful. They should be for everything that you do, every condition that you help, and then you want to be building a lot of blogs on there, text that Google can read and link you back to. So once you go through and you've done all the blogs and you've talked about colic and you've talked about bedwetting and you've talked about torticollis and you've talked about tinnitus and vertigo and dizziness and sciatica and low back pain and disc herniation, disc bulges and ankylosing spondylitis, and you've done this as the months and the years go by, you're like, I got nothing else to talk about. You go back to bedwetting and colic and torticollis, and you write more again. And now you have double the amount of content, and you just recycle this stuff. Once you get everything out there that you feel like needs to be out there, then you pump out repeatable stuff. And this just strengthens your keywords over time. You get where you rank higher. Google sees this, and that's what you want to be building on the background. So restarting a website can be a little painful sometimes. Changing things in the background can be a little painful sometimes, but these are little tools that you can use to help see where you're at here. And they even have your keywords here. So top organic keywords, 287 of them. You can view the details. A lot of these programs will only show you limited amount of info because they want you to pay for, more. See, want to see more results? So, click here and pay $700 a month, but you don't need to do that. These ones are just showing you where things are being hit. Link to an image on your website. This one's linked to an image here as well. And then you have to upgrade to see that. That's okay. But that's showing you some of the keywords that you rank for as well. So that's that. There you go. Google keywords. If you want to compete, you got to play. And in order to play, you need to understand a little bit of the game. Questions? Anything you guys have? I'm just looking at some other screens because I have to see what people are writing. No, looks good. It's okay. Monday night, every Monday, you can reach out to me at info@enricod.com. I'll answer any questions you have. In the Marketing 101 group, you can ask questions. Anything you have in there, we are here for you. But play the game and choose whether you're in or out when it comes to Google Ads. You're either out or you're in, whether you want to put the money to it or not. And they do take time. Once you start to run ads, you want to run them for about 60 to 90 days before you start making any decisions on whether we spent too much, too little, need to spend more. It all depends on that. Once you're consistent with it, it becomes very reproducible by knowing your area and how they respond and how much you need to put effort into that. I think about it every day, how many clinics are around in our area within a 10-mile radius, and the population density. I'm like, man, even if 0.1% of people are looking for, pain relief in our area every day, there's not enough. There's tons. There's not enough PTs, chiropractors, or anything. So what's happening is you're taking those 1,000 people that are searching every day for some help, and you got 400 clinics in the area that are doing this. Some clinics get no new patients per day. Some other clinics get 3. And why do they get the 3? That's where my mind goes, is how's that clinic getting 3 new patients a day? What are they doing? What's their ad budget? And you end up realizing they spend quite a bit to do that. But if they're getting 3 on average a day and 15 new patients a week because of what they're doing there, I don't know. I think that's right. That's a good way to do things too. So it's learning how to play that game and where to get your ad dollars ROI from. Great. Any questions? Anything else? Check out SEMrush. Check where you lie on there. Check your Google console for sure to see the actual links that are you're linked to and your keywords that are showing up. Keep writing blogs. Keep making vlogs. These are probably the 2 fastest and best ways. Add them to your website. Make sure they're there. You should have a blog section. And what else I got for you? That's it. It's going to be, I'm going to repeat the same basics that need to be there because so many of us in our industry don't do this well. And then when we decide we want to play, we can't play because we just don't have the background set up properly. Make sense? Any other questions? Anything? I'll hang around for a few more seconds because when people watch this later as a replay, it's awkward for me to be silent for too long on a replay. So that's why I do that. But anything you guys need from me, you can ask. You can ask me later. I'm here for you. Any way, shape, or form, let me know. Have a great week. Keep doing what you do. We love you.